OG here, and welcome to the final episode of what has been an incredible series. I want to let Inception take it from here. Enjoy.
You used to be able to go into a foot draft, right? You used to set your team all on default, all on balance, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Use basic instructions for
Yes.
4-1-2 and 2, a 4-2-3-1.
Yes.
Maybe you want your striker to get in behind. Maybe you want both of your fullbacks to stay back. Maybe you want both of your CDMs to stay back, but then your fullbacks on balance. So very basic tactics. Those basic tactics that are not basic tactics, because what you have now is basic tactics. It's tactics made for the brain dead people. That's what it is. That's you've created a system that's complete trash, right? These tactics back in the day, your players would move significantly better than what they do nowadays. And this is me talking about inconsistent gameplay. Take me back. Take me back to the days I used to talk mainly about inconsistent gameplay. Take me back to FIFA 15, where if you actually, which they never will, this is why I had to buy a PC, if you actually fix inconsistent gameplay and you nerfed body feints, that game was so addicting to play. I will never forget, and I've said this
The old
so many
FIFAs in
times,
general were a lot more
playing.
addicting. And guys, by the way, I don't want to see anybody, saying like something about me or him, like, wow, we still play the game, bro. Like, if we have to say all this, we're doing this because we do care about the game, That's why we have to critique it as well. I don't understand that narrative where people like say that stuff. I'm like, how do you not? So you don't critique anything, that you do in your life? Like, it's a part of life, being objective and honest about how we feel about some product.
As has been the case in the rest of the series, if you follow my channel, you know that I echo these sentiments exactly. It would be much easier to be like many of these other football content creators that just look for the clicks and the views, always brushing over the issues, not telling their viewers the truth so they can stay on the good side of the development companies, or refusing to help their viewers because they're afraid if they tell them the truth about the game, maybe they'll lose a click or view because maybe that player will stop playing that game that they cover. So instead of being honest, instead of making sure that their viewers, their communities know exactly what's going on with these games, they lie to them, blatantly lie to them. And yet you still have those people who are saying, why are you being so negative? All you do is complain. And even though there are many that do see exactly why myself, Inception, Nick runs the foot market, why we speak the truth about these games, why we are so passionate, even if it comes off as negative, it's because we care. And it's just hard to ignore, even though it's just a few people, it's just hard to ignore the stupidity in these people essentially wanting to be lied to. When they sit there and say, why can't you just be positive, man? Why are you always complaining about this? Why are you always talking about this? Because talking about these major issues is the only possibility that these things get addressed by these development companies. The more players that understand what is going on with the games, the more people speak up about the nonsense, and potentially we get changes. It's the same thing that happened mid FC25 with the first major patch that they had. EA Sports listened. They're the most successful of all three development companies from the three big football games, and they were the first to make a player-based driven major update, which only happened because the player base finally, after years, got fed up, and finally everybody spoke up. From the pros to the content creators that for a long time just ignored the issues, that just wanted to stay on the good side of EA Sports, all the way down to the most casual player. Everybody was sick of the product that EA Sports was giving us through this franchise that we all have played for years. And finally, EA Sports was threatened. They felt their bottom line being threatened, and they made changes. That is why we speak on these things, because we care. We want to see the best for these games, and this is how you spark change.
And guys, don't think like, oh, why is Inception still here? Why is Inception still talking about this? Guys, me getting paid to play this game is the main reason why I'm here. But when I say this to people, people only think in that way. They're like, oh, the only reason why he still does content on this game is because he's getting paid. Do you guys understand that I can get paid not a little bit more, significantly more if I had a better relationship with EA, if I made the content that EA basically wants me to make, right? If I had like if I adapted to what this current meta is, or whatever it is, or if I streamed, which is the biggest one, but I'm never going to stream this game because this game's trash, right? I can make more. It's not just money, guys. Money is the reason to continue doing it. But brother, if it was like for free, you crazy? Play this game for free? Play this game for free. Just the inconsistent gameplay alone, I'm already done. But this here for the console inconsistent gameplay and lag delay, have there been Reddit posts, forum posts about this at all? Because I don't search this stuff, right? But has there been? Because you guys are playing this game and you guys are feeling that.
And just like that, the perfect way to end this series, because this is the #1 sentiment that I echo, the same thing as what Inception said here, and that people misunderstand and take offense to. When I say, there is no way if I didn't have a channel, I'd be playing X football game, or I can't believe people are wasting their time to play non-football. I mean, how big of a loser do you have to be to waste your time playing a football simulator just to get wins, not playing football? Things like that. People take offense to it, but it is true, and I'm trying to help you out. Nobody seems to understand that it doesn't help me out to say these things and potentially lose viewers or potentially cause players to realize, man, maybe I shouldn't be playing this football game. That's true. I mean, it is pointless. I'm playing because I want to enjoy football, but this isn't football. This is nonsense. Or this development company is just trying to rip me off, or whatever else the truth may be. The bottom line is, no matter what it is, I'm going to speak facts. I'm going to speak the truth. And if a game is a waste of time, I'm going to share that with you. It's crazy to me because people hear insults when I'm speaking on these things, but when these other content creators are blatantly lying to them, they aren't insulted by that. I mean, this whole thing is asinine, but you see it all the time, whether it's content creators that actually get more steam, more viewers because they have a good relationship with the development companies, when the truth is you shouldn't be following these content creators to get the truth about these games from any of them that have a partnership with the development companies, the pros that have to stay on the good side of the development companies because they are the ones who host their pro tournaments. They are the ones who pay a significant chunk of their earnings. So they are never going to tell you the truth. And yet, many people are sucked into the nonsense. And then people like myself, Inception, Nick Runs the Foot Market, we're called complainers. We're told we are too negative. And yet, it is clear to see that everything I do going this route, not kissing ass to these development companies, not lying to the viewers, all of that is against what I'm trying to do as a brand new content creator, which is gain more subscribers and gain more viewers. I am fully aware that every time I tell someone, hey, this game just isn't good, that potentially means they aren't going to follow anything on that game, and I just lost a subscriber or a viewer. But I would much rather be honest and tell you all the truth than being a lying con man like the rest of a majority of these content creators. The same goes for Inception and Nick Runs the Foot Market. They could make so much more money, like Inception said, if they just sucked up to EA Sports. Do you know how big of a bag they would get? Do you know how much more content they would have by being invited to X, Y, and Z and getting early access to X, Y, and Z? When you have content creators that big, they are sacrificing a lot, to be honest. So, if you're one of those few crybabies that are most likely the low-level rat losers we are talking about, and you get upset that we are actually trying to help the player base, then see you later. I don't want your view. I don't want you to subscribe and be a part of my channel, my growing community that I truly love, because I know there's enough true footballers out there that see what we are trying to accomplish by speaking the truth. No matter how negative it might be, the truth is the truth. Facts are facts. As things get better, as things get more positive, then you're going to see more positivity, to the point where some people might start saying, hey, they're just kissing up to the development companies. No. If and when that day comes and we are truly just positive about these games, you can be rest assured we are telling you the truth, and you know these games are truly good. That's the beauty of it. Instead of doing what I used to have to do, which is sift through so many bullshit content creators just to find a few that were telling me the honest truth, you know you have straight shooters right here with content creators like myself, Inception, Nick Runs the Foot Market, who truly care about these football games. Now, obviously, in the case of Inception, Nick Runs the Foot Market, it is only going to be mainly if you are a FC player, even though, like I showed you with this series, many things that they say transcend FC and cover all football games. But At the very least, I could speak for myself when I tell you that I will always give you the 100% honest truth about all of these football video games, and I'll never steer you wrong. And I know many of you understand that, and I appreciate you recognizing that and supporting me on this journey to help you out and to make these games the best, which is better for all of us football gamers. So, as always, keep grinding, keep having fun. I truly hope you enjoyed this series. There was so much knowledge being spoken. That's why I called it the gospel of football games, because this is where we're at, and knowledge is power. So if you want to continue gaining more knowledge, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join our Discord. The link is in the YouTube bio. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.